In session at 8:47 by my watch to review the select board's budget.
Okay.
Reggie, you want to run through this so we...
Sure. First, I want to show the last sheet of your packet has what was approved, what was expended, the difference for FY12, FY13, and then what's requested for FY14. On the first packet, it breaks down, like you have several line items that you or the select board are in charge of. The first one is select board expenses.
And that's supposed to cover what?
It's actually broken down. It's
Oh.
detailed for office supplies, seminars, dues, handbooks, advertising and legal ads, pertains to hearings, job postings, projects.
What do you mean by projects?
Projects is the one that I put in for the community awareness for the magnet for the QR code.
What was that last part?
The QR code.
QR code?
That square code that I had introduced to just mail out in the census. It was just a project out there.
Well, last year we had, was it $5,000, $5,600 last year?
Mm-hmm.
And in that $5,600, was it $4,400 of the laptops we had in front? Or did we
Correct.
have- So a lot of these items are new?
They're broken out more.
Well, it's 5,000 and the other, there's like $1,500
Well, the
left,
select
that's all.
board doesn't, are you anticipating doing more, getting more involved, going to meetings, seminars, trainings?
I don't anticipate it.
No.
So, right here under selectmen's expenses is the itemization of the 5,000.
Correct.
500 for office supplies, 500 for seminars. And now,
What are the dues is, we pay that much for MMA?
The dues is MMA and MMPA. Yes, you do.
MPA is Massachusetts Purchasing Agents?
MMPA, Mass Municipal Personnel Association.
handbooks, Reg?
This is something, we have one copy in the office that Jackie constantly refers to, and I thought it would be nice that you guys would purchase your own, we get our own handbook for each select board member, or would you rather not?
Handbooks of what?
The select board meeting book.
Well, don't we get that complement page of one right in the back of my car?
You have a handbook?
Yeah.
Yeah, every new selectman gets one from...
Complement page. Advertising, we never know.
I have no problem with the advertising, I just
Project.
don't think we should, when things are lean, we should
No,
start
the
the
handbooks,
project.
I think the handbooks you can strike.
Okay.
The projects, and what were you thinking that was?
That's the QR code. That's the magnets that would get printed, sent
Oh.
out with the census,
Okay,
it's more of a community awareness
all right.
project.
Mileage and meals.
Well, that ties in, if you don't plan on going to seminars and meeting, that ties in.
Well, that, the other side of the coin is I may not plan, but whoever administrator may plan to go to meetings and,
Well, the
That would be an
administrator has a
administrative
different
budget.
expense line. The
Oh, there's
select-
another-
This is the select board.
okay, oh, all right, then no.
I mean, in light of the first item there, I mean, there was laptops that were $4,500, and that leaves us with a budget of $500 if we struck it, but I can't see adding all these new things when other departments not getting what they need.
So I think we can strike mileage and meals.
Yeah, and I'm not in favor of the projects. I personally am not at this
Oh, but I
time.
thought that project was,
They're saying no to certain
Yeah,
things. I mean, if we had some extra money, I have no problem coming back and putting them in there, but that's my take on it. I think it should.
Well-
the code would encode information and things and keep the community up to date. I think that was
Yes.
creative.
More of a community awareness.
then-
I would-
Going back to FY12, you've expended $6,200, and I don't know what the details were in that particular account. However, laptops were not included in that expense line.
Did we have any
Yeah, we better not.
shortfalls this year with
Cut
the
it
budget
too
we
much.
have? Are we
The only
over?
one you have right now is with the advertisings and reposting. So I actually requested, and it's in your packet tonight, requested the transfer from the wages to the expenses to cover for the postings of the fire chief for the second
Well,
round.
I have no problem putting advertising legal up to $750 or even $1,000.
Well, we
If
got-
that's gonna be running low all the time.
So Reggie, you're saying that FY12, we expended 6,200, and that's the sum total, not broken out.
Correct.
So,
But that did not include your purchase.
and that
of-
didn't include laptop.
Right.
So now we have a budget, select person budget of 5,000, but it's just broken out.
Correct.
So, I mean, these are expenses that don't include the laptops, so there are expenses that were.
Yeah, but I mean.
Why would we?
Well, I think projects is new, and unless we have extra money, we're taking care of ourselves before we take care of the other departments, that's all I'm saying.
All right, well, let's start with something simpler. Seminars and meetings, can we strike the 500 and maybe put $100 there?
So one select board member?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then handbooks, strike that $500 entirely.
Yep, I got that.
The mileage and meals, strike the 300, make it 100,
Okay.
just in case.
Sure.
And then,
I'd like to go up on the advertising.
and the advertising is 500, so go to 750.
Okay.
All right, is that right, what you wanted said, Ed?
Yeah.
750? And then the issue becomes the projects. Somebody make a motion. We have two different opinions here.
Do you want to table it? Do you want to?
Well, we gotta get a budget done. We either agree, we don't agree.
Well, how many of these things are gonna buy for $1,000?
Quoted under Vista Print, you can get 4,000 for 599 for 600.
So
I
what?
need-
The only thing I'm saying is, do we have the project per se? We're gonna give these out to people. They're going to this is just gonna open it up on the webpage or on what? What's it gonna give them?
It's going
And
to,
is that gonna create more work for somebody to make sure this stuff is done, so people who we're giving $1,000 to can develop these magnets?
yes. Again, that will go to the webpage. You would actually ask those same questions when I mentioned it to you before. And what I had said to you before was, I was the IT person, tech person with the computer website. However, doing both jobs, I was limited on keeping it up to date. John Fitzpatrick is a volunteer person who is doing his best to keep it up to date. So, yes, it will be up to date
Well, you're saying the magnets are $599 for,
for 4,000 or 5,000.
so why can't we drop this number down to $600 or something? Is there other monies to be expended besides those?
No, we can do that if you want.
So drop it.
The reason why it's that price is because I did not design anything, so that's just the basic general of the QR code. That doesn't have the town of Southampton, it doesn't have the phone numbers, so I don't know what that's going to be.
I would like to make a motion to maintain the projects at 1,000, because there's expenses, as she's saying, that are, if we're gonna do this project, we need more than the basics.
I may need Robert's help on this one, since I don't have enough members to make a second. I can't remember what.
Oh, look at this, yeah.
You can, as chair, make a second.
If there's no, if there,
I mean, if it's a matter of moving this along.
But you're opening it up for discussion.
Right.
And so it's a.
yeah, I thought in this situation I could, but I wanted a more professional opinion. All
Thank goodness you stayed longer tonight.
right, I would make a motion, or second the motion to keep it at 1,000. Is there a discussion? Hearing none, all in favor? Aye.
No.
CDL drug testing, 380, not much we can do about that one.
It's gonna be a lot more than that. You haven't had one in 2 years.
Oh, so what are you saying the number should
Maybe
be?
about $650. It's all new.
So let's bump that to 650.
And what is CDL, drug testing?
They do drug and alcohol testing, random testing of CDL drivers,
Of
mostly
commercial-
highway department workers.
Anybody holding a commercial driver's license.
Is this been ongoing over the years?
Yes.
Internet, 1980, any need?
This is the internet that supplies our internet for the Highway Police Department, Town Hall, and Council on Aging. It's actually about the same. It's about $20 higher.
Webpage maintenance, $500.
That one there is where we pay Jagfly to host our website
Yeah, and that's the cost of it.
for a year.
Yeah.
I think it might be a little lower, but
There's nothing we can do about that one. Town administrator salary, we posted it at the high end of the range.
correct.
The administrative assistant wages, I noticed that it looks like we've been clocking that up, whatever, now,
Whatever town folks
Wages.
received their increases, I kept it the same, correct.
administrator expenses, office supplies, 1,000.
The cell phone there, put that on there, I didn't know if you had.
We don't currently have it, so,
No.
you know.
No, I'm not in favor of that.
Strike a cell phone?
Yes.
We're not gonna give the town administrator, do you have a town cell phone?
I have a cell phone, yeah.
Yeah,
But I'm
Tom.
on 24/7. She's not here required for 24/7.
Okay.
She's here during the day.
No other department head has this.
Dave Silvernail has one, a building inspector has one,
Fire department.
and
has one.
3 of my
Seems
personnel
like
have
the
it.
town administrator should have a cell phone. What if there was an emergency? What if there was some...
Well, why couldn't we call her on a regular phone? I guess that's the point.
Why couldn't you?
That's what I'm saying, why couldn't, I'm saying why,
If the electric's out, you can't call them.
It's not like-
It's one thing, emergency personnel has the phone. You want to make an exception, and then
Well, I
start
mean-
buying them for everybody else in town hall.
no, and this is one I'll take Ed's side, is because it's not like they're out on the road all the time making
Right, no,
calls.
I understand.
She'd be more, we might call her at home and say we got a problem, or he or she, I shouldn't say that. We might call he or she at home to tell them there's a problem, but it isn't like they're gonna be standing on a street corner trying to muster, emergency equipment in.
Reggie, do you see a need for the town, for you to have a cell phone? in
Did we do one for
particular?
Diana?
Honestly, I don't have a, I would say no.
No.
And we didn't do one for Diana.
No, she asked for it, but you said no.
Oh, we'll say no again.
And we're nothing but consistent.
Don't say that on the air. Mileage, 200, professional development and dues,
I don't think
1,000.
mileage is enough. How many, I know you go to that, you went to those meetings,
Right, I don't.
you don't
put
get
it-
reimbursed?
I don't put it in.
You should,
I know
use
that.
your own vehicle. Because I don't think that's enough.
So bump that to 5,
At least $350, $400.
$400, going once, going twice. Professional development and dues.
I leave it right where it is.
Photocopier, there's not, did you do some sort of average on photocopying?
That's actually part of the contract. As far as the paper goes, that dollar amount may decrease, because we've been storing the paper in a locked room,
Oh,
so.
that begs the question, why do we have to store the paper in a locked room?
It disappears.
Thank you. That answers that question. Talk about an obvious one. Postage, 14,000, same as last year or close to?
Actually, it's 2,000 higher.
It should be too.
Going up.
Because
Yeah,
the
it should be.
Right.
Independent audit for FY13, that's,
Reggie, is that for all departments? Because, I mean, I don't do anything with that.
It's not for Eileen when she does her census, it's not for water, it's not for zoning board when they do the reimbursement, for the most part, yes, it is.
Because I don't use it for highway either. I buy them as I need them.
you have your own?
No, I buy the book when I need them.
Oh. All right, independent audit for FY13.
It was recommended by the auditors that we have to do an audit for FY13,
Yeah.
so.
Okay, reserve account,
Everything else is the same.
legal 30.
Are we doing all right with legal so far?
Yeah, I was just gonna ask.
Yes,
The trends have been fine with this?
yes.
Where do we, I just had to, what did we spend so, percentage-wise have we spent so far on legal? Legal,
Oh, I take that back, we're at 410.
yeah, we got-
We
we
were
spent
doing well.
98,000, or 98% of it.
We have 410 left.
First
Are we
page.
done with them for a while? No.
No.
The thing with the legal is I have not had
Well-
a chance to break it out to.
Yeah, because we finished up the couple of the lawsuits, so
Yeah.
we technically should be in better shape
Next year.
next year. I would play the game and say who knows, but 2 more lawsuits might pop up, but we did do away with 2 lawsuits this year. So,
Want to lower it, or?
no, I don't think lower, but, I mean, we've used up 98% of it, but I'm hoping that next year won't be worse. That's my thing, we concluded 2 lawsuits, so where we are with that whole situation, and we should be,
So we should just leave it.
leave it at the 30,000. Custodial supplies, is that anywhere near what,
That's actually higher by $500.
Is that
You
prices
guys-
going up?
But I'm just wondering if you just take care of the paper products and simple supplies?
Yes.
And this is,
And
I'm
whatever,
not trying to micromanage what you did, but is this for both buildings or one
for
building?
both.
Okay, this is good.
so 4 is okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Telephone 8,500, and talking about adding 2 fax lines?
Correct,
2 dedicated fax lines?
correct.
You
Who needs
can't,
them?
Excuse me?
Who needs them?
Veterans Office and Board of, Building Inspector.
Why can't they,
What's happening is they're coming to mind, and I have those old inkjet fax.
And they're
it's
expensive.
Eating, yes,
I
and they
know.
do
I-
30
that's why I got
pages
rid
out
of
of
mine.
whack. Yeah.
can't the faxes come into our general copier? Because I have it done, see, my copier in my office will fax, print,
Right.
hold everything in there, and I just send it to that.
Let me look and see if we did that particular
And you can get a
package.
code that they,
Right, I don't remember if we did that particular package. I can check into that and come report back.
well, should we hold on to that? What do we do about $8,500 for town telephone?
for 2 fax lines, it's a lot of money. We can
But I think that's- but
buy
that-
another copier.
Yeah, but that's that's our telephone bills, isn't it?
Right.
Oh, that's all the telephone, and 2, I'm sorry. I didn't see
That's adding 2 fax lines, but that's all our telephones addition.
I haven't, I wouldn't change it,
All right.
but I'd like to try to get the faxes on that machine.
Town, gas and electric,
I decreased the Old Town Hall by 5,000. And I did that because I was looking at the FY, the prior 12 and 13.
On the, well, we have it, the Old Town Hall, we're really pushing those boilers. I mean,
I couldn't, what do
we're
you,
really pushing the lifespan, they're very inefficient,
yeah.
very inefficient. And, I don't think we're gonna, I mean, we can be more efficient with new boilers, but I want to leave this the same, but I just want to bring up the idea that we should be talking to Hoyle Gas Electric
Gas
about
Electric.
getting a grant to replace those 2 boilers under Energy Save and make them really efficient. Whether we have the building in 4 or 3 years, doesn't matter, the building will have.
they should.
And we
And
should
they-
be looking at that.
and maybe-
And that's not included in here, but that's just for the fuel. But if we were to get those in a timely manner this year, that would save that some money.
Why don't we get an estimate, even just get an estimate? Have
We do.
To redo them, and let's see what the number is. Reggie, would you see about getting gas and electric over there to,
I can do that. I mean, not that, I mean, I can see about getting efficiency, and I'll let her know and see if I can get that.
get somebody in there just to get us an estimate as to how much it'll cost, and then if
except for a
it's,
new boiler, is that it?
yeah.
Yeah.
The 10,000 is fuel.
Right.
My guess is if we put something that was
Let's gas
built,
electric too. It's
Right.
both.
but my guess is if we put something in that was built sometime in this century, we might save about 25% of that
Easy.
bill for fuel.
Do you want to increase the dollar amount, or do you want to?
No, I'd leave it the same.
Leave it, okay.
I mean, if we have to spend any money on a boiler, it would be a capital item, and we'll try to find it somewhere.
Town hall building expenses, total of 5,800. Septic cleaning, boiler maintenance, carpet cleaning, fire extinguisher inspection, trash pick.
Reggie, on the carpet cleaning, that's for the old town hall or new town hall?
Old Town Hall,
Okay.
Oh, this is Old Town Hall?
correct.
We gotta get a better name so we can follow
I
these.
know.
Well, let's change it to the police department.
I thought,
Gave them the whole building already.
I know, I thought that was this building, so I was assuming trash pickup, $1,000 for trash pickup over there?
Yeah,
They're not 30.
they're about $350 a quarter. We gotta go there every day.
Whew.
And that doesn't cover the cost.
Water, gutter cleaning, items of
Cleaning
repair.
the attic should be done. We got a problem there.
The heck is line painting?
Does
That can be
park.
stricken, Reggie. We don't, I don't do that every 3 years.
Oh, okay.
So that's
That's
out.
stricken.
Line.
But the only thing I want to add under, oh, this is the old town hall.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
Next one is new.
Okay. I mean, going back to this old town, all
We're
expensive.
at the Larrabee building. We can't even call this a town hall
When are we
yet.
gonna start talking about doing something? This is talking about money.
When the building committee moves forward with,
Yeah.
that would supplant, we'd mothball that or do something with it. I mean, the shame of it is to mothball it, but I don't know what else we can, what else we
Sell it
can.
right away.
You know, well, see, that'll go over like a lead.
I know.
You said that on
I mean-
public
I
television.
mean, there needs
know.
to be a plan.
I agree, that we should.
I mean,
we
they're not
don't need-
making any more land in the center of town, but all I'm saying
No,
is,
the building is just too expensive to maintain.
Well, there's solutions.
All right, anything, Larrabee Building, SNE elevator, that can't do anything about that, right?
I mean, if we could, I'd like to take that $500 or even $1,000 and add it to the boiler HAVC repairs and maintenance, because we have some maintenance that we deferred.
On those, on these?
Yeah, we have 2 leaking standpipes that need to be fixed, and we
Leaking?
haven't addressed that yet, but we could address it here.
Leaking, we got leaking pipes on those?
Yes, they're plastic PVC pipes, and they expanded around the collar joints, and they're letting effluent in, and we said we're all right for now, but we need to do it
So let's
sooner
do it
than
now.
later before it becomes a problem.
So let's bump that to 9.
No, just go down to boiler HAVC repair and maintenance,
that.
make that to 3.
Take that to 3.
Oh, there, I see.
Okay,
To 3,000?
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
And then anything else there, annual septic cleaning, humidifiers, filters, HVACs, filters?
Bridget, that septic, was that, we'll do those at the same time we do the other town hall, and it should be about $300 a piece, so I drop 100 if you want.
Okay. I
Okay?
think I was just going back on the prior bills.
Yeah.
I think
So
it
the
was
400 is gonna go to what?
But we did that when remember they threw all the wax in there, we had to get it out of right away, so that was a special call.
Okay.
So $300 is.
So 400 becomes 300?
Yes.
HVAC, trash and pickup, water,
Those are for the humidifier downstairs.
gutter cleaning, window cleaning,
Window cleaning, Paul is an awesome worker, but however, I'm not sure how comfortable he is, or how Ed feels having him clean.
Well, we don't have the staging,
Right.
and but I've been thinking about, I have to go to the library and wash some windows in that big alcove there. And we're thinking about renting a portable jack to come in here and get them up, so.
So is that enough money?
But we're not gonna be able to get the real big ones on the outside, so I would leave that about $800.
Okay.
That's my call.
800, floor cleaning.
So window cleaning, 800?
Yeah. Miscellaneous,
The floor cleaning is just the chemical, just the supplies, right?
Well, don't we pay the?
No, we don't bring them
full
over anymore,
time?
Paul does all that.
Oh, okay.
Paul does all that, so
So
if
he's
that's
gonna-
labor,
he's
wipe
gonna
it
do the
out.
wax and whatnot?
Yeah, he's doing it
Okay.
all now.
Yep.
so wipe out the 400.
Yeah.
Yep.
Miscellaneous, you got 500. I'd like to take 200 to 400 and put that in, make that a 700. Because we have nothing to take care of any unforeseen things.
So the 500 becomes 700,
Yeah.
and the senior center hand washing sink is back?
They have included it in their budget, however, that's an installation, I didn't know if you felt comfortable putting it here, or did you want them to leave it in their budget?
Well, that should be in our budget,
It
really.
makes sense, it's the
Yeah,
building.
it should be,
It's a
I agree with you,
structural-
because it's the building.
Right.
But, they have a quote on that?
Yeah,
Okay.
And then you have a question mark, generator and ADA door.
okay, ADA door, I didn't know where Ed is with our door.
They're still coming.
Okay.
They're still coming, I just got after him, it was winter time, he's got the stuff, he's gonna come in and do that.
Okay, and then Council on Aging had asked for an ADA door as well.
No, that's,
That was one of their priorities.
I know, they're about $1,000.
Is this one, ADA, one of the ones you hit the button and it
Yeah, it
opens?
opens.
They would need to.
Yeah, you got, well, it would be like I think the library had to put 2 in, and that was,
And they got a quote for
$1,100.
like 6, oh, I thought it was more than that.
So,
So they're around 1,000, that's,
well, I,
do we put one in on this budget and one in on another one?
this one here is gonna be for free, this one here, yeah, put $1,200 in for it. The generator,
We can't afford that.
no, we already have it set, we have the generators out there, it's all set to take it, we'll just, if there's a problem, we fire up the mobile generator and put it on this building.
So that's, the generator's gone for now.
right.
Town report,
Town report's the same.
300, and it's more than enough. Technology, I have no clue.
Okay, technology, the various departments are in need of new computers. That's the Board of Health, the Veterans Agent, the Town Clerk, and Library.
All at one time?
Yeah, well,
Yeah, if
the
you buy
last
them all
time we
one
did
time,
that, we
then-
did do that. and-
We've been doing different cycles.
Right. That's typically how.
How much you have
places-
currently for replacing computers?
What do you mean, how many I have left?
No, how many, what's the dollar amount for you carrying for that?
I just did Robin, so it's probably like eight something.
Okay. Now,
But it
question I
depends
have
on what
is,
they have.
you have the server problem too?
Correct. But the server problem, I have it up here as being upgrade server. However, I've been talking with John Fitzpatrick, and He's sharing information with me as storing our information onto the cloud, which would cut down on the server
That's
upgrade.
offsite, right?
Yes, offsite, it would settle all of that. I don't know what the cost is at this time, however, it's an option.
The question I have, is it compatible? I know you have 3 offices that have to be linked together. Is it
Correct.
going to be compatible to them?
I believe so. I believe so.
But do we leave the $4,500 there just to cover it?
I would.
Okay.
Because the cloud might be, there might be,
Might be more, might be
there
less.
might be issues to deal with
Right.
wiring and,
All right, so then, check
15
down.
battery backups.
Yep. Nobody has battery backup.
I know that, but it's kind of funny because, before Diane came here, everybody was on their own buying those things.
Correct.
And they never got told not to buy them.
Right.
And then she took it upon herself,
All the
created a
things-
line item in there,
Right.
but never took money away from the departments for the money they were spending on battery backup. I mean, is this something they can do themselves? Are we in trouble? They need to
Well,
do
if
this?
you
Is
do
there
it
a
that way,
problem?
then
I'd rather have battery backup.
It then increase their budgets by the dollar amount than what, you know what I mean? Either way, it's
Yeah, but they were
gonna
never
be,
taken, the money was never, what I'm saying was never taken away from the beginning, when this was established. the
but they
same-
never purchased the battery backups.
They had 'em.
Nobody the
They-
only one
they
that
had
did
'em
would be
before.
assessors.
They had them before.
All right.
Because it was these big monsters that had to move around.
I know, as far as I know, no one has them,
Oh,
except for
okay.
the assessors.
Are these going to be the big commercial ones that will take, a big jolt of electricity and keep on ticking?
That I don't know.
Because these small little
I know. No,
ones
not
are no
those.
good.
No, the big ones, the ones that you have seen, that you've picked
Yeah,
up before.
yeah,
I knew-
yeah.
Yes.
So we're gonna leave that there?
I think we should
Yeah.
leave it there, it's an emergency.
Yeah.
And the hookup for new computers and installation upgrades and repairs and maintenance? All right.
This is a question, I mean, I had it with Reggie before, and not with the board, but are we at a point that we need to have somebody on call for IT, similar to the way the school has it, for 10 or 12 hours on average a week? Are we at a point, at that point now? Are you comfortable with what?
We're comfortable right now. Robin had, her hard drive had failed, so
I
it
know.
crashed her computer.
No, I
so-
just mean, are you getting the service that you need?
Yeah.
And are we getting it in a timely manner, so we're not losing it?
I think
Okay.
so.
So what happened when the hard drive crashed? How long did it get before it got taken care
There was
of?
various number of people dealing with and getting all different answers from different people, so it took a little while. So her computer came in today, and they're coming in on Thursday to install. They is
How
the
long was it
company.
offline? How long was she not?
Quite a time, I'd say about a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks.
That's a long time.
That's a long
2
time.
weeks for a person in the town hall not to have their computer access?
Well, the whole benefit of having a server is she can go to the motor vehicle computer, sign in under her name, and she can still do her work.
Right, so that's what she did.
Right. That's the benefit of having a server.
Okay.
But the question is, do we need an IT person backup to troubleshoot? Not yet?
Not yet. Eventually, that's gonna be down the road, yeah. I agree.
Snow insurance?
No,
No. Streetlights?
that's the same.
Same. Old home days?
Oh,
Are they
Are they even
together, are they banded, disbanded, or?
That's done, that's later on this year.
Robert?
I'm sort of holding a temporary baton, and there's been a group
Okay.
talking to me. It's, right, no, nothing, we could need to put the next step forward and get together and figure out August, September, October, if there is going to be one.
Well, you may have something this year.
Yes.
Okay, so we'll leave it
We'll
alone.
leave it
How
there.
much?
600. Don't go crazy.
No? One?
Don't buy too much ice cream with that.
So you think that's adequate?
No, but it's something.
It's a page holder.
Same thing for Memorial Day.
Same Memorial Day, $500. What do we spend on 500?
Memorial Day is for the-
You buy the wreaths, you rent a sound system?
Yeah, and then for the flags, the purchase of the flag.
All the flags for the vets.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Workers' compensation?
I've increased that by $5,000, especially with this year, we've had an increase of claims.
Claims. And we'll get experience rated. And insurance in general, 85, 80, level funded,
Did that go down?
says level funded.
I don't know. Yeah, it says little funded. That's the same then.
So
What did you
can,
say, Ed?
I just want to know if that was the same number. we carried last year? Because I know you and I both have a gripe with them on workman's comp rates. And hopefully we resolve that this year like they promised.
And I just want to clarify one thing, the streetlights went up 500. And the reason why I did that is because I'm going back on the prior years.
All right, that's our budget, right? We make the changes and submit it for us.
Sure.
Anything else? George?
I have a question.
Rich?
Related to the old town hall. I hate to call it that too. What's gonna happen to the town hall? I'm just trying to, just out of curiosity.
Right now, there's no plans for the town hall, but
But I mean, when the police vacated
Yep.
for a new safety complex, what are we gonna do with that?
well, if I had my way, we'd gut it back to what the original building was and make it a community center of some sort. But, you know, maybe
Just asking.
maybe, that would be my suggestion. I know that would just be, it's something it's a beautiful building on the inside, if we could take it back to what it was.
Yeah.
Keep the appearance of the outside.
Right.
Just really.
And keep the character of the inside. If you look at the construction detail on the inside, it was a beautiful building when built 100 years ago.
Yeah. Is that on the historical,
Yeah.
So we might be able
It's an
to,
area.
if we were going to restore it to a historically, maybe there would be money available.
yeah.
But there would be a god-awful amount of work to do in that building. All the brickwork have to be redone, and the windows, and tearing out the old offices that were installed in the middle.
Well,
Opening
if you
it.
go up in the attic, you can look down, you can see the old stage.
Yeah, I know.
Wow.
They used to play basketball.
Basketball in there and everything else, so put it
Yeah,
back,
they opened the front door, so when you did a layup, you ran out on the street.
slid down the railing, and, but we have no plans for it, George. Just
No, I realize that. I was just curious about
high
it.
in the sky kind of dreaming would be me.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's a beautiful building.
Hopefully, we can get the safety committee to take that project on later on.
The Public Safety Committee to redo that building. But I would anticipate it'd have to get mothballed for a while to come up with some plans, like this one did.
Yeah.
I mean, truth be known, we mothballed this for
Years, right?
Years.
8, 10 years maybe. I don't know how long this one was
All
mothballed.
that is not water.
So, that's where we are. Any other comments from the public? None?
Okay.
I'd take a motion.
I move to end the meeting.
That's not right. It is 9:19.
9:19. Second? Have you got, we got a second?
We aren't even going for a second.
Okay, we're not going, we're going.
We're gone.